In this video, guys, we're going to be introducing the Pythagorean theorem, and really at this point it should be a review from like 7th grade. So this only works for right triangles, and the reason for that is because C is the hypotenuse. So that's the main thing. If you run through the Pythagorean theorem formula, you've all heard it: a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Now C has to be the hypotenuse. It doesn't matter which one A and B are, those can be interchanged, just as long as C is the hypotenuse. So, looking at this first example, we're just going to run it right through the Pythagorean theorem. So we're going to do a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So what's c going to be? Well, in this one, the hypotenuse is always across from the right angle. And as we get into our right triangle trig in this section, you really need to remember that it's always across the right angle. And some people say it's the longest side. That is true. It's going to be the longest side in the triangle, but it's always across from the right angle. So think of it that way. That's a better way to think about it. So that's what C is going to be. C is going to be X in this case because that's across from the right angle. And then A and B, it doesn't matter. You can say 6 is A or you can say 6 is B. It doesn't matter. It's up to you. So it's going to be 6 squared plus 8 squared equals X squared. So 36 plus 64 equals x squared. 36 plus 64 is 100 equals x squared. So what do we do to get x by itself? Well, we're going to square root both sides. Now remember, when you square root both sides, there is a plus or minus that goes there. But does it make sense to have a negative side length? No. So with the Pythagorean theorem, that's why we only stick to the positive number, because we are talking about the side length of a triangle. So square root of 100 is 10. So x is 10. We'll just go through this example really quick as well because it is pretty easy. So here our hypotenuse is 13. So since our hypotenuse is 13, with our a squared plus b squared equals c squared, I always start with the hypotenuse, just a little bit easier that way. So the hypotenuse is 13, just to make sure you get that. And then A, it doesn't matter. We can go with X or we can go with 5. And then B, since I went with X for A, we'll put B as 5. So X squared plus 25 equals 169. And then we'll subtract the 25. So X squared equals 144. And then what do we do here? Now we square root both sides. And X equals positive 12. And that's it. That's the Pythagorean theorem. Like I said, this should be a review for you guys. Shouldn't be too difficult. And